Oh my god. Okay. Okay. I should probably explain myself. Over the summer, I finally started watching Game of Thrones. And I've been binge watching it to get to the end so I could catch up and continue the series like everyone else. So it wouldn't be long until I eventually got to the infamous Red Wedding. I got to it and it's still unbelievable what I saw. I mean, you've already seen my reaction video that I posted earlier, but it still is unbelievable. I'm not going to really talk about the episode because the episode's been out for at least 3 months. Everyone has seen it. There's nothing else I can say that hasn't been said by the internet. Except for if the Starks, if only they had this Stark with them, none of this would have ever happened. But, okay, well, another thing the episode did was made me think back to other moments in film and TV that just left me speechless or made me go, what the fuck? So I decided to come up with a list of my top 10 personal what the fuck moments in film or TV that's not the Red Wedding. Because the Red Wedding will automatically trump everything on this list. Or maybe even things in the future, I don't know. But as of now, the Red Wedding is the most shocking, horrible thing I've ever seen on any type of media format. So, here we go. Here's my top 10 personal WTF moments in film or TV that's not the Red Wedding. Now, I need to warn you that these do not only consist of deaths. These are overall moments that left me speechless or made me go, what the fuck? Let's start with number 10, something that shouldn't be a WTF moment at this point, but back when it came out it is. The ending to Planet of the Apes. I've already said that Planet of the Apes is one of my favorite science fiction films, and the ending is, at the time, was one of the most shocking things ever. Nowadays it's been parodied over and over, so it's not that shocking, but even today the ending does leave a powerful impact. As cheesy as Charlton Heston's "You maniacs! You blow it up!" monologue is, after that you get a zoom out of what he's looking at. It's the Statue of Liberty, saying that he's been on Earth the whole time. And it just kind of leaves you going, whoa. And what reinforces that is that when it fades to black and goes to the credits, all you hear is the beach noise. You don't hear anything at all. It's like the ending of the Red Wedding. As soon as Catherine Stark is killed, it cuts to black and then goes to the credits with no sound effects whatsoever. That is a haunting ending. Just hearing the waves of the ocean as the credits roll for Planet of the Apes, it's a bit disturbing. And I should also mention that the 2001 remake also left a what the fuck moment for me, but it was more anger than shock. But there we go, that's Planet of the Apes for you. Number 9 is another shocker in the same vein as Planet of the Apes that's been parodied so much, but when you watch the actual movie, it can leave an impact on you. And it really does make you think, which is Marion Crane's death in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. When you start watching this movie, you get the idea that Marion's our main character. She steals some money, is on the run, but then after a while, when she gets to the Bates Motel, she starts to turn around and feels like she needs to do the right thing. So she goes take a shower to basically cleanse herself, and then all of a sudden she gets killed at the 45-minute mark. In 1960, it was unthinkable to kill off your main character halfway through the movie. And so what happens with the money? Norman Bates just throws it away. He doesn't even know there's any money around. So that is really shocking. Not so much today because that Psycho shower scene's been parodied so many times. But when you logically think about it, you gotta have some serious balls to kill off your main character in the middle of your movie or TV series, Game of Thrones. That's not really much of a shocker, but it did, but when you think about it, it is a what the fuck moment. And in a sense, number 8 is the same as this and number 10, where it's a what the fuck moment, but it's very well known. And then number 8, from Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, is the death of Spock. Now, we all know the joke of the Star Trek movies, right? Or anything Star Trek related. If you wear a red shirt, your chances of you living are pretty low. You're probably going to die at some point. So the original series has been known for killing off red shirts, and even the newer J.J. Abrams movies make a joke about it. Like, especially in the second one, where Chekhov takes Scotty's place and is told to put a red shirt on. But whatever the case, did anyone expect, when this movie came out, for Spock to die? I know I wasn't alive when this movie came out, but to kill off the most iconic Star Trek character is kinda unthinkable at times, and it's pretty sad also. It's a little corny having Scotty play Amazing Grace on the bagpipe, but once the instrumental version of Amazing Grace comes on, it kind of pulls your heartstrings as one of the few moments where a man can cry and not feel guilty. And I probably should have emphasized death as death, because Spock does eventually come back. But whatever the case, yeah, Spock's death. Now, my first 3 picks were very famous moments in film. The last 7, the last few bits, are my own personal shockers. They're not anything that's well known historically, but they did shock me at the very least. And number 7, we have something that I don't think is shocking to a whole lot of people or would make people go, what the fuck? But it did me when I saw it. Robot testicles in Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Now, if you know me personally, you know that I hate Transformers Revenge of the Fallen and the entire live-action Transformers series in general. In Transformers 2, there was a lot of things for me to hate and just that made me surprised that they could get away with. The stupid script, the horrible comedy, Skids and Mudflap, but the thing that pushed it over the edge was Devastator and his robot nutsack. If you've seen the movie, you know that Devastator's in the movie and he looks like a trash heap. He goes up to climb the pyramids, starts destroying them, and then we get a close-up shot, okay, not close-up, but we get a shot of his crotch where these 2 wrecking balls are hanging down, banging against each other, and John Turturro is below them and says, I'm directly below the enemy scrotum. And it's supposed to be funny. No, that is not supposed to be funny. I don't know who... Okay, I know who thought of that. How are robot testicles in a $200 million movie, and it becomes one of the highest grossing movies of all time? That... yeah. I mean, that thing just, like, made me go, are you kidding me? When I saw that movie. And to this day, it's still... maybe not too shocking to others, but I was very shocked and angered when I saw that. So, Robot Testicles is number 7. Number 6 was something that came out this year, and I mentioned it once this channel started, once I created this new channel, and now I can finally come to terms of how I feel about this, which is the Mandarin in Iron Man 3. If you saw Iron Man 3, you know that the Mandarin is fake. It was just a creation by Aldrich Killian, who Guy Pearce plays, as a cover-up for his extremist soldiers gone wrong, or something. But, whatever the case, the Mandarin is the most famous Iron Man villain. He's basically what the Joker is to Batman. He's Iron Man's archenemy. And once that twist came up, when you find out that the Mandarin is just this British actor, played by Ben Kingsley, it's like... when I saw it, I was like, are you kidding me? Are you shitting me? So, yeah, I know when I reviewed Iron Man 3, I did give it a positive review. I said it's worth seeing in your lifetime. But after the review, I wasn't sure if I was being truthful myself. So that next weekend, I went to see it again so I could get closure. So I saw it again, and I liked the movie a lot. It's better. I liked it better. The twist didn't bother me as much, though I'm not going to defend the twist at all, because if you hate it, that's fine. If you like it, that's fine too. It's not one of my favorite Marvel movies, but it's pretty entertaining. But the Mandarin was just a shocker to me when I first saw it. So just had to clear that up, have closure with the Mandarin. That's my number 6 shocker. Number 5 is another superhero movie that had a moment that made me go, whoa. And that would have to be Rachel Dawes' death in The Dark Knight. Now, before The Dark Knight and Iron Man came out, I sort of saw the superhero formula. Superheroes have superpowers, have hot girlfriend, beat up the villain, all that kind of stuff. They were fun. Then The Dark Knight came out and basically changed everything. One of the things that it did that I did not expect was to kill off the girlfriend. I mean, outside the fact that Rachel is not dating Bruce Wayne, but rather Harvey Dent, that's one difference in and of itself. But I never expected her to die. The point where the Joker tells Batman that he kidnapped both Harvey Dent and Rachel and said, you have a choice to save one of them. He goes after Rachel while Commissioner Gordon and the police go after Harvey Dent. Once Batman gets to the destination, though, it's Harvey Dent. So Rachel is yet to be saved. So you see Commissioner Gordon, the cops arrive, and you think, oh, good, they can get in, snatch her, and get out. No, boom! The building blows up, Rachel dies, and yeah, the girlfriend is dead. So that's one superhero moment, or movie moment in general, that I did not expect to see. Though it did have a good side, I guess. I mean, Batman got to hook up with Catwoman in the next movie, so hey, no complaints there. Number 4 is the proof that animated films can take risks and not be feature-length toy commercials. I'm referring to the ending of How to Train Your Dragon. Now, I've said this around my friends, and I've even mentioned this in one of my videos on my old channel, my favorite animated films, that How to Train Your Dragon is not my favorite DreamWorks movie, but it is what I think is their most mature movie. And the giant proof that it is their most mature movie is the end. When Hiccup and Toothless, I think is the dragon's name, are injured and they're on the ground. You fade out, and then you cut to the next morning where Hiccup seems to be okay. He gets out of bed, but then you look down, and his leg's gone. He's got a wooden leg, a wooden mechanical leg, because he lost his other leg. And I was like, that is bold. That is something bold to do for a kid's movie. And I salute you, How to Train Your Dragon. I did not see the hero losing his leg. I did not see that coming at all. So it's a real shocker. I hope the next one's just as mature or better. But yeah, How to Train Your Dragon proves that animated films can take risks. Number 3 is the death of Phil Coulson in the Avengers. Now I know Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. comes out in less than a month, but just go back to the Avengers. When you think about the Avengers, this was an event movie. This was the time where a lot of Marvel's famous superheroes could get together in one movie. And logically you'd think, okay, well, the only downside is that there's not going to be any emotional attachment because we know everyone's going to be alright. And then Joss Whedon pulls the rug out from under you and kills Agent Coulson. The one guy who's basically, as he's called, the glue of the Marvel Universe. He was in the first 2 Iron Man movies, he was in Thor. He comes in to try to stop Loki with a new weapon, and then out of nowhere, he gets stabbed from behind and killed. And you're thinking, okay, I did not see that coming. He was a minor character, but why? Why did he die? But then we know Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is coming out, and I remember there was a meme out there where it showed, like, the ending to Titanic. Yeah, okay. Dobby's death in Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 2? Yeah, whatever. The millions of endings to Return of the King? Yeah, sure. Who cares? Coulson's death. No, Coulson. But whatever the case, another emphasis on death, because as we know, less than a month, Coulson's coming back, and I can't wait, and it's basically a proof that in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, who's truly dead? Number 2 is another Joss Whedon death, and let me just say, no, it's not whoever dies in Serenity, because I did not see Serenity just yet. I finished watching Firefly a while ago, so I'm watched Serenity, maybe do a Retro Wednesday on it, but the death I'm referring to is in Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 2, Episode 17, the death of Jenny Calendar. Now, a little background, I'm watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I'm currently on Season 3. Jenny Calendar was a character introduced late in Season 1, who's the computer expert at Sunnydale High School. So she and the librarian slash Buffy's watcher, Giles, they start forming a bond and a connection. And then at one point in Season 2, Angel, one of the main vampires, gets corrupted and becomes evil. So Buffy and the gang are trying to figure out how they can convert him back to being good. Jenny comes up with this idea, but Angel's one step ahead of her. He corners her in the school, snaps her neck, and kills her. And I was like, no, not Jenny, no! And that was, well, outside of Coulson, that was my first experience to the infamous Joss Whedon killing off characters that we love. So, it was sad. I was sad when I saw it. That death did two things. One, it really showed me that Joss Whedon is not afraid to kill characters. And two, that honestly is nothing compared to what number 1 is. Now, number 1, if there's anyone who is not afraid of killing characters that we love more than Joss Whedon is, it's George R.R. Martin. And no, I said it's not the Red Wedding, because the Red Wedding will trump everything. But this is damn close. Ned Stark's death in Game of Thrones Season 1, Episode 9. You could say how famous it is for a psycho to kill off your main character in the middle of the movie. I mean, that's one thing. I mean, with the movie, you've got the time restraint of an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours. Or if you're Peter Jackson, 3.5 hours. But you got the time restraints. And nowadays, you don't kill off the main character in your movie until the end if you're not making a series, if you're just making one movie. When you kill off the main character, not in the last episode of Season 1, but the second to last episode of Season 1 in a series that who knows how long it's going to go for. I know it's got to follow the books, but I'm sure that Game of Thrones has got a long way to go. That is ballsy in and of itself. I know it's got to follow the books, but Sean Bean's Ned Stark was sold to me as being the main character of this series. So, to see him get decapitated in the second to last episode of Season 1 put me in shock. I could not believe that they would kill off the main character before Season 1 ends. So then I thought to myself, well, at the very least they can't do anything worse than that. And 2 nights ago, I was proven wrong. So, that's it. The number 1 most personal, what the fuck, shocking moment is Ned Stark's beheading in Game of Thrones. Until I saw the Red Wedding. Now, as for me in the future of Game of Thrones, I don't think I'll be watching the show anymore. I mean, I'll watch it with friends. If they invite me over to watch it, I'll say, sure, I'll come watch it, because that'll give me motivation to watch the show. And the only other motivation I have is to see that little fucker, Joffrey, get killed. I've heard that his time is up soon, so that'll be the motivation for me to keep watching Game of Thrones, to see Joffrey die. Wow, I am sick. Even if I do watch the series after this, I will never watch the Red Wedding ever again. That is just it's too disturbing for me, and just too upsetting. So, I mean, that's my list of top 10 personal WTF moments that's not the Red Wedding. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment to tell me about your personal what the fuck moments. Subscribe to my channel for more lists and movie reviews in the future. Check out my other channel, AlexG8462. Tell your friends about me. And remember, for the cinemas with Mr. Robinson, know it before you see it. See you guys later.